The other day while working out on my lawn, I told you guys that I was putting out some an herbicide treatment. I believe I said T next because I'm so organized and messy, as you can see in some of my videos. I couldn't find my T next, but I stumbled across something I used earlier in the season, which is a Q4. So basically a 4-way herbicide, to help with sedges. It helps with broadleaf weeds and some grassy weeds. And it's basically 4 different herbicides off in here to obtain its effectiveness. So I put this out and it did an amazing job on the spurge. I mean, it was an immediate effect. I was thinking that I was going to have to redo it because it rained soon after this, probably a few hours afterwards. And I guess it was long enough for the herbicide to take effect. So let me show you the grass. I mean, effectively, all the spurge just almost disappeared overnight. However, what I do notice is a brown tint to the lawn. It's like a brown tint. So it set it back just a tad, and it is, although it's not hot like it normally is in the 100 degrees, it still was warm. 84, 83, in the mid to lower 80s. So it still did that. So today I'm going to be putting out some iron. So I've also had my compost tea brewing. It's coming up close to a week that I've been brewing the compost tea. She's about ready. So I'm going to go ahead and start throwing out my compost tea out on the lawn. So I'm going to mix that with some, I'm going to go with Feature this time, which is a iron supplement. So here's my compost tea, and we're going to be going in at a 5-to-1 ratio onto this. So I'm basically going to be putting 100 ounces of this off in here and then fill the rest of it with water. And this cup is 16 ounces. So it's about five scoops of these. And I'm going to cap it off with surfactant, and along with some propiconazole and some azoxystrobin, because we even though it's summer, it's hot and raining. When I say hot, it's the hot that northerners call hot, like 80s. 80s is hot. 80, 85 is scorching to people up north. In Texas, it's a relatively cool day. And for fungus and rain, that's prime growing season. So there's a lot of fungus pressure anyway. So just to alleviate it, I'm going ahead and dropping some of that fungicides down. Let me show you. I think this is part of the spurge. I can actually see one. That was spurged, man, and it effectively disappeared overnight. So that's where we are on this. Now, I've already put down a prodiamine in my last treatment. I put it down at a pretty heavy rate. I think I'm good on prodiamine on the pre-emergent, so I got that out. This right here is just a regular feeding. I'm also bringing the color back with the iron, and just a regular feeding. This grass is going to start going dormant. It's going to start storing energy for the upcoming winter, especially with the cooler weather that we've been having. So I just want to make sure that it has everything it needs, the microbes, and even a little nitrogen to help everything move it along in this lawn for it to go ahead and get ready to go to sleep. One of the things I like to do with mine to mix everything up is put the wand inside the tank and spray. That's my way of mixing it up without having to Now, the thing about this compost tea, you need to use it or lose it. After a few days after you get it, it's done doing this thing. It doesn't, the microbes are just fighting and battling. You're going to have just dead, stinky water at that point. So go ahead and get this stuff used up as soon as possible. I might have to end up throwing this batch away because I got an issue going on over here Excuse my junk. Um, my I broke the nozzle off on this here. The intention was to put all of it off in here and spread across the whole field. But I have to find some type of way to get that fixed. And parts are not just readily available. So I'll have to search for it and try to get this thing up and running in order to utilize a great big bucket of this stuff. But I did get it sprayed on the Bermuda lawn. And I also got some sprayed on parts of the fescue that I'm overseeding. Now, another thing about this stuff, it smells like shit. I mean, it does. It's not the greatest pleasant smell. It could get worse, but if it get worse, then it's probably the batch gone bad. But it's manure. I've put there's manure in the compost, and I've grown the bacteria inside of it to expeditiously. So it is what it is, and it's very strong. You don't want to put that compost tea out without diluting it first. It needs to be diluted big time. The maximum is the minimum is 5-to-1. I normally have been doing 10-to-1. So I was putting 50 ounces inside of that 4-gallon tank, but this time I did 100 ounces. So that's put it at a 5-to-1 ratio. So I added some other goodies. Y'all saw me put some nitrogen in there, and I put some iron in there as well. So that's all I put in there, along with some surfactant. Oh, I forgot, I did do some fungicide treatment off in that. So we'll give an update on this in a few days to see if there's a difference. And I also have the front going up. I've already reseeded. I know it was August, but I already reseeded this because of the cooler weather. And I should be seeing some stuff coming up by the end of the week, next week, this weekend, next weekend, I should be sprouts. I'm getting ready. I didn't do this side, so I'm going to add some to this today. I did this side, and we're going to see what this we're going to do for this upcoming season.